But let's talk about the key earnings in focus now. And Infosys reported its first quarter results, which were in line with market expectations. Is what we are seeing. The company's net profit and revenue met analyst forecast, while the new deal wins, if we are looking at, fueled optimism. Let me go across to Puneet for more details on this.
So revenue was definitely coming at a very strong click, almost 42,279 crores. It's a 3.3% growth compared to the previous quarter, and that's much above the estimate of about a 2% gain that was expected. So it's definitely a beat there in terms of the EBIT as well. The margins have come in at 21%. Estimates were baking in roughly about 20.8% as well. So again, a number that's bang in line with the NDTV Profit estimate. In terms of profits, it's coming at 6,900 crores. It's a fall of 1.6%, but we were going with a larger fall of about 2.5% to 3% on Infosys. So at least on these 3 to 4 broad financial numbers, it is a beat, and Infosys has been the only large cap IT company to report positive constant currency growth. So they've come out with a constant currency growth of 2.6%. Just for viewers' perspective, constant currency removes any kind of fluctuations across different currencies that these IT companies handle in, which could be the dollar or the pound amongst other currencies. So that has been the highest at 2.6% for Infosys in this particular quarter. There are also other two key updates. One is, of course, of the guidance, as you rightly mentioned. It was 0 to 3% for FY26. Infosys has increased the lower end of the guidance now, so it's now 1 to 3%. So anticipating at least 1% growth. Most of the brokerages were going with this number, but there was some that also expected the upper end of the guidance to be raised to 4%. So 1 to 4% could be one of the key reasons, and we'll see if the management speaks about that. And finally, in terms of deal wins, it's a huge surprise: $3.8 billion in deal wins compared to the previous quarter, which was around $2.5 billion. It's a big jump for the company, and they've had 2 renewals, a couple of other deal wins in this particular quarter that's boosted that. So definitely on the 4 numbers, on guidance, on deal wins, all 3 numbers in line, as well as beating estimates for Infosys in Q1 of FY26.
Okay, thanks for that, Puneet. But a couple of other earnings also in the IT space that we are looking at. I'll start off with Coforge now. We are looking at strong set of numbers over here, considering that constant currency growth in the first quarter, which stood at 8%. Now, what is interesting is this 8% is the number we are looking from the 3.4% of a growth on a sequential basis. Now, the estimates were from with a higher band of 7 to 7.6%. So to cross that threshold itself, it's a key positive that we are looking at. However, margins, if we see it, that did miss the estimates. Now, deal wins were in line with the estimates of $507 million that we are looking at, and revenue from the other markets that we are seeing has seen about a 650 basis points of a downtick as well. So Coforge also, it's mainly the constant currency growth that we are looking as a key positive. Now coming to Persistent systems, now over here also numbers majorly in line with what the estimates are. In fact, company delivered its 21st sequential quarter in terms of where the revenue growth is concerned. If you look at the constant currency growth here, that stood at 3.3%. Now this is the second highest in terms of growth numbers. First being Coforge that we just spoke about. Last quarter they had about 4.5% of a growth. So that's the number that we are looking at. It's the company's guidance also, which is very important, wherein the company is targeting for their aspiration to reach the $2 billion of revenue mark by FY27. So keep these 2 other IT earnings also on your radar.